Craig Tepper of Dave Campbell's Texas Football and TexasFootball.com here at the THSCA Coaching School and Convention here in San Antonio, the 2022 version. I feel like I have to timestamp it, considering it feels like we talk with the head coach of the Chapel Hill Bulldogs, Jeff Riordan, every year. So this is, we're getting old,
it feels like,
brother, we're getting old together.
We are.
Like this is like.
We are. I mean, Jonah's over there in high school, and he's like almost 6 foot tall.
This is an excellent place to start because, and maybe I'm going to put Pickle to work here. We can splice in the interview that we did from years ago where Jonah would come and just like sit on your lap.
Yeah.
And now he's like starting slot receiver or something like that,
Roka sit on his lap. It's already started.
Yeah, it's but the times have changed, and yet the winning has continued. And I want to go back to last year.
Yep.
You guys essentially come within a play of playing for a state championship game.
Yep.
And then I did sit next to you during the first quarter of that the LBJ Stephenville game, and I know how frustrated you were because LBJ had played like a perfect game in the semifinal, and then obviously had some ball security issues in the
Right.
Now that there's been a little bit more time that has passed, how do you look back on the 2021 season and what you guys were able to do?
It was an unbelievable season. It was one of those magical runs when we're fourth place team in district, get in the playoffs, and kind of peak at the right time. But I really don't think we ever peaked. Had a young quarterback, young running back, had a lot of young kids at different, just starting to fill it out as we went. I mean, we got better every week, and that's what you want to do when you get to the playoffs. You want to get better every week, and we were still getting better. And LBJ was a great football team. They had cats everywhere. I mean, they were a great football team, and to be up 9 with less than 90 seconds left and let that lead just kind of squander, and still have a chance to tie it up and go into overtime. It was a crazy game of emotions, and just thinking, man, that was a great football team that we went toe to toe with, and 9 seconds from the state championship game was unbelievable feeling. But like I said, sitting there watching that game, and it's football. That football happened to LBJ in the state championship game, and had like 4 or 5 turnovers in the first half, and that was the difference in the game. But I think they play a perfect game. They're right in there. They're a very good football team, and definitely was surprised with how far we are right now.
It's funny because I think when coaches and teams have losses like that, there's 2 ways that they go about it. Either we don't talk about it, it's in the past, we move on, or we're going to put it up on the wall and we're going to talk about it every single day. Which of the closer to the extremes you guys fall?
Man, I think we're full on put it on the wall every day.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, our hashtag was unfinished business all spring. Hashtag find 9 seconds. How are we going to find that 9 seconds to get to the state championship game? Because that's how far away we were, 9 seconds. And then +1 was our other one. How are we going to get that +1 game? So we beat it into the kids, but we really didn't have to, man. They had a chip on their shoulder. They're hungry. It hurt them. So we had some young guys that, we went straight into Christmas break after the loss pretty much. So didn't get to really see them until January and start off season until January. So it was definitely something that got to linger a little bit, and it's been a great offseason and great summer.
Well, and that, another thing about last year, you guys peak at the right time, and a large part of that, I feel like, is the fact that you guys were so young last year. I mean, stupid young. Like, playing a bunch of freshmen young, and so have you seen that growth from those guys that you were looking for in this offseason?
Yeah, it's unbelievable growth, from your sophomore or from your freshman to your sophomore year, just high school offseason, being around the high school coaches every day. The quarterback in middle school really didn't play quarterback. He did every once in a while, but he was just their athlete. He played outside linebacker, safety, running back, receiver, quarterback. And then we knew going into last summer that he was going to start for us at safety. So he got to start working a little bit of backup quarterback because, our guys work both sides of the ball. And just having a spring with him of just focusing on quarterback fundamentals, man, he's far and above what he was throwing the ball. So, last year it was a little bit of work in progress throwing the ball, and he could take it any time, pull down the icons and go house. But now he's added that to his regime, is just being able to throw the ball, and he's special. And the running back's just getting bigger and faster and stronger. That's the thing. They're 13, 14-year-old kids, and every year they're going to get stronger and faster. And but they got a good group around them. This senior class that we have this year with Deuce McGregor and Tyson Berry and Kevion Huddleston all started as freshmen also. So they've got 38 varsity, 40 varsity games under their belt going into their senior year. So it's going to be a good mix, and can't coach experience, 10 come back on offense. Now we got a lot of guys on defense. We got to replace some guys that flew around and made plays last year, but it's Chapel Hill. We got dudes that can run around and make plays.
I just want to let you know that I'm going to pull down the icons and use it on air.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to credit you.
Yeah, no.
So
no.
just like I'm taking that. That's mine now.
Yeah.
Okay. What year for this? What year is this for you at Chapel Hill?
This will be my 4th season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this what you expected? Is this the schedule, or do you feel like maybe you're ahead of where you thought this program would be? It's not a program that was broken by any means, but maybe in need of a little bit of a jolt. Do you feel like you guys are where you thought you'd be?
I think last year we were ahead of schedule. This year we were a little bit ahead of schedule.
Ooh,
and
wow.
then
Joe Martin, that's the boss.
Yeah, and then this senior class that's coming in was a good group. Mm-hmm. They went undefeated in middle school, won district championships. Used a lot of those kids as freshmen, like I'm talking about Tyson and Deuce and Kevion. So I thought this would be the year that we had a chance to make a run for it. So we're a year ahead of schedule, in my opinion. That's a lot of pressure on high expectations, but that's what you want.
Well, and there's a magazine, I don't know if you've heard of it. We got you number 3 in the state.
Yeah.
How do you feel we did with our rankings?
I feel like y'all did pretty good. We're not. I think we should be a top 10 team. Mm-hmm. I'm always kind of I like being on the outside coming into it, but you get 9 seconds from a state championship game, you can't hide no more. You got freshmen that kind of help take you there. You really got a lot of high expectation, a lot of pressure on you coming in the year, but that's what you want. That's how it was at Crosby. When I took this job at Chapel Hill, the superintendent asked me, can I make this place like I did in Crosby? And I'm like, that's what you're going to hire me to do and pay me to do. Mm-hmm. So I think that's kind of where we're at now. Now the expectation in Chapel Hill is to win. It's a high expectation, and if you don't reach it, they're going to have a lot of mad people. But hey, that's where it's at.
So far, so good. Though,
no
what I mean?
doubt.
All right. So then the final question is I sat with you during the first quarter of the state championship game last year. If you guys make the state championship game this year, can I sit with you guys again, just on the sideline this time?
Absolutely. I'm gonna get you a pair of shoes too. I already told you that.
You've been talking a big game about that, and yet here I am wearing shoes that I bought.
I said if we was playing at Cowboy Stadium, you'd have a pair of shoes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is that a promise?
right, that's a promise.
Is that a promise
That's on
to
air
the air?
promise,
All right.
yeah.
It's on here. Jeffrey, appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Yep.